And welcome back to the show. I'm Michael Kuzilny, and I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart that you come up and say g'day. And if you do see me down the street, come up and say hello and tell me about the good times and the bad times. Or if you're going through a problem out there, give us a call. If I can't help you or Henry can't help you, we'll certainly refer you to somebody who can. But we'll do our best to try to get you back on track. Isn't that right?
We certainly will.
Yeah. Henry, I was saying last week to the younger viewers that you don't want to leave this planet with the music still inside you. And by that I mean, if you've really got a passion, it doesn't matter how old you are, do it. You know, and you're a perfect example of that, because you've wanted to be a boxing champion and you became the Commonwealth boxing champion. Well,
actually, I didn't realise at the start of my boxing career that I was going to go that far. I got bashed up at school one time, so I made friends with other school toughs to protect me. And the next thing I know, I'm going out on the... They invited me out to go out with them on the streets of Melbourne. And next thing I know, I'm running around in gangs, and they're bashing people up left, right and centre. And I thought...
Did you beat many people up?
No, I didn't beat anybody up.
I hope not.
But I thought, this is a dangerous place. I better learn some self-defence or I'm going to get bashed up. But I hated to see what they were doing, and because it was wrong. And so I guess I learnt some boxing, which helped me protect myself, so I didn't get bashed up. And then I tried to influence my friends to break away from that situation because it was wrong.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why I become a youth worker and welfare worker.
And you've done such a fine job. And Henry's been working the streets of Melbourne, helping the homeless, the underdogs, all the people going through some tough times for, you know, so many decades. He's helped tens of thousands of people, and God bless him, such a great job, such a great job. And there's so many helpers in our community, and congratulations to all the helpers. And I think in life there's the givers and the takers. If you're a giver, congratulations. If you're a taker, you know, there's always time to change. But he's a good man, Henry Nissen, and he's followed his dreams. But there's always the knockers too, isn't there? I remember, and you probably wouldn't even realise this, but back in the old days when you used to go to court with some people who've committed crime, as the coppers would say, the crooks, they'd say, you know, what's this bloke always helping these blokes for? You know, they've been charged with burglary and drug dealing. How can he do it?
Well, because it's easy, because if you see people doing the wrong thing and you get to know them and try and influence them, it helps stop them from continuing on in that way. So I look for the best path to fulfil that ambition, and that led me to Father Bob Maguire at St Peter and Paul's Catholic Church, and for the last 30 odd years I've been working with him, helping in his programs, helping people to help them to try and find accommodation, help them to try and get material aid, food, furniture and clothing, help them to...
It's a beautiful thing you've been doing.
Link them into all the services that they need.
And Henry, you know, what are we going to do when you pass on? Because I find that these days there's a lot of academics doing your job, but you know, there's not that same bond, that Henry Nissen bond, the man who's you know, been there, done that.
Well, thankfully, from time to time we teach people. We have volunteers that come to the church and want to help others, so we train them, and so we've got many more people continuing to work the cause and help the people in need.
And how can we help our viewers? It's Wednesday night in Melbourne, Brisbane, wherever they're watching. They might be going through a divorce. Maybe some of the men can't see their children because of family court issues. Maybe they've got a drug or alcohol problem. Maybe they're watching the show intoxicated. They can hardly see us. But Henry, they're thinking about the past, what's happened. They're thinking about the future. They're thinking about today.
Well, I guess they need to try and calm down. Try and look for the people who can help them in their lives to continue to improve their lives and not go backwards. And try to be positive and continue to go forward, doing things to help themselves, to continue to improve, whatever the case may be. If it's an alcoholic, There are organisations like AA that can help them. There are people around them that are willing to help them, I'm sure. There are people who...
what about if they're at a situation they've just gone through a terrible time, the wife left them, took the 2 houses and the car, and they know they've got a problem, but they just don't want to go to AA. They want to get pissed a few more weeks or months.
You can only help somebody who wants to help themselves, Michael. So I guess they carry on in the way they want to for as long as they want to, and then when they're ready and they realise that's not the way to go, they'll look for signs of help. And if they go to the, well, there's the local social workers, welfare workers, the local churches, depending on what organisations they're connected with, what religions.
That's good advice. There's always services out there, and what about all the lonely people who are a bit sad on this Wednesday night at home? They've got nobody.
Well, they have got someone. For starters, they've got themselves.
Yes.
Right? A very important aspect of life. But once again, try and think positive, think lovingly, think caringly, because they are loved, if not by themselves, by others around them that they most probably don't know. Doesn't matter how bad they are, they're still worthwhile being loved and to help them to change.
And if people think they lost all their friends, nobody likes them, they haven't got any friends.
Well, there are those situations, but they have got friends, but they've got to keep trying to...
make new friends?
Make new friends, work things through, because it's not going to change unless they want it to change, and then they actually have to start looking to change themselves and how to change themselves. So in time, because whether you find a Father Bob, whether you find a Henry Nissen, whether you find a Michael Kuzilny, there are lots of beautiful people in the world around us, and I guess we walk past them most of the time because we don't stop to say hello.
You do?
I do.
What do you say?
Well, I was talking to a lady in the park the other day, because I walk through the park from time to time, different parks, and I smile and say hello to people, and a lady came up to me and said, "Thank you for talking to me."
Isn't that beautiful?
You know, and
I went to a park today. I was at Heidelberg Magistrates Court, a couple of cases there, and I went down to this beautiful park, and there's a river there, and I always go there just to maybe meditate for 10 minutes and just clear all that junk out of my mind. And it was such a beautiful day. I was looking at all the trees, and I got my little iPhone and I took some footage of that park and showed my wife, where I sort of sometimes hide out, and she goes, "What are you doing in that park?" Henry, love and best wishes. Thank you very much.
Michael.
It was a nice interview, and I hope we...
always a pleasure.
I hope we didn't bore people too much, but thank you very much for watching. God bless, and we'll see you next Wednesday night. If you've got a problem to share, please don't be afraid. Give us a call or email. Good night. All the best.